It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
P. Diddy was up to no good. Okay, he looked like he was grabbing up on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson wasn't having it.
And I never said that all that stuff was planned in advance, man. Yo, Iron Mike, so you believe that all that was plotted before any fight, any shit that ever happened?
It seems like each passing day brings on new worries for Diddy if he's not careful. He might just end up with frown wrinkles. But that's the least of his worries, considering the long list of people lined up to expose him for the man he truly is. Taking the baton from Cassie this time is everyone's favorite Mike Tyson. Over the years, the former boxer has asserted himself as a figure who delivers the truth without cutting any corners. And this time his target is none other than Diddy Combs. Remember the freak-off parties that Diddy gained notoriety for recently? Well, Mike's got some piping hot tea to spill about that. Just what kind of footage did Mike present to the people's court to expose the truth about Diddy's parties? And how deep of a trouble is the record executive in this time? Let's find out.
Like, I just believe that was the opportunity, that was the perfect opportunity for something like that to happen. Because everybody from all over would meet up in the same place.
Mike Tyson and Diddy, the sky not clearing up for Diddy anytime. Cassie's foundation shook the very foundations of the Bad Boy Records founder. And it seems like Rodney Jones Jr. aka Lil Rod will be the one to deliver the final blow. On February 26, 2024, the music producer filed a lawsuit against Diddy in the federal district court in Manhattan, accusing him of mistreatment, coercion, and SA. If you think that's a long list, wait till you read through the 73-page lawsuit. Turns out that Rod stepped into the ring fully prepared. Between 2022 and 20,123, the producer had the opportunity to work with Diddy on the Love album Off the Grid. However, what was supposed to be a work opportunity that furthered his career soon turned into a nightmare for Lil Rod. As detailed in the lawsuit, Rod lived with the music mo for months to work on his album. But Diddy made him uncomfortable at various times, forcing him to participate in intimate encounters and making suggestive moves. He was pressured to engage with male workers exactly like Cassie was. He promised Jones awards for his cooperation. But guess what? Jones wasn't even paid for the work he did. And so he listed Universal Music Group as a defendant as well. In his lawsuit, what's interesting is that Jones isn't merely throwing dots at the board to see which one hits the target. Instead, he's come prepared with hours of footage of Diddy's home to back up his claims. According to the lawsuit, Diddy had all of the rooms in his house fitted with cameras, but in the end it turned out to be Jones's smoking gun. And that's not all. Rod also dragged a bunch of A-list celebrities into the ring along with Diddy, namely Stevie J, Meek Mills, and Usher. Though the lawsuit didn't directly name drop Meek Mills and others, eagle-eyed fans noticed one excerpt in the lawsuit that hinted at none other than the rapper. The particular part read, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in physical relations with rapper Redacted R&B singer 6 Redacted and Stevie J. Meanwhile, the footnote for 5 reads he is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, while the footnote for 6 hinted at someone who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. As for the rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, there's one person who comes to mind, and that's Meek Mills. It kind of makes sense when you consider that the rapper has been suspected of having intimate relationships with Diddy in the past. Heck, even his former girlfriend hinted at it during a sit-down with Soulja Boy.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay.
Sauter's baffled laugh in response to Nicki's comments, and Nicki's sly smile didn't go unnoticed by fans who think that the monster singer might have been trying to drop some hot hints about her ex-boyfriend. However, Meek wasn't pleased seeing his name being dragged into the mix like that. Following the lawsuit, he took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to shut down the rumors, saying, I'm from Philly, I don't do coke or freak Molly, nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy, no man or what would ever approach me about gay activity. And the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming, lol. He then turned the conversation on every black blog that chose to portray him as gay when he was actually doing his best to give back to the community. As for Usher, well, that's been a controversial subject in the industry for years now. In case some of y'all don't know, Usher was sent to live with Diddy at a young age. The plan was for him to learn the music business from one of the best of that time. But Usher allegedly ended up getting more lessons than he signed up for, if you get what we mean. The singer spilled the beans back in 2016, where he was asked about his Diddy days by host Howard Stern, and surprisingly Usher had some concerning things to say. He called it Diddy's flavor camp, And after hearing what he had to say, most people were ready to pick up their pitchforks. Apparently, despite being that young Usher had free reign, he was allowed to stay up with the adults who partied through the night. Yes, the same parties where Diddy has been accused of hosting questionable rituals with his group of powerful friends.
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14.
There's also that video of Kevin Hart interviewing a drunk Diddy at a party where he let it slip that he used to share a bed with Usher back when he was crashing at his place. Now fans don't know what kind of logic works in Diddy land, but there ain't no universe where it's okay for an adult to do this.
The guard stage, that's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, that's how, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying, but it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early, and now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Now Usher has never exactly accused Diddy of inappropriate behavior, but the lawsuit has dug up an old debate sparking concerns about how Diddy might have treated the young singer. As if the lawsuit wasn't enough trouble, Diddy also had his homes in Miami and Los Angeles raided by Homeland Security investigations as part of an investigation into a human trafficking case recently. And it seems like they brought the cavalry this morning. A new inside look at their raid last month on hip-hop mogul Diddy Coles. According to reports, police seized weapons and footage from Diddy homes. To add to the drama, Diddy's 2 sons were also pictured in handcuffs outside the properties following the incident. Justin Combs' lawyer Jeffrey Lemon has accused the authorities of attempting to influence public opinion with a show of force. But one thing that the legal counsel seems to be missing is that the public has already made up their minds about where Diddy stands as a person. There's a long line of folks who have a lot to say about Diddy. And one of these people happens to be Mike Tyson. In case y'all don't remember, Mike was close friends with Tupac Shakur back in the day, one of the alleged victims from Diddy's hit list. Naturally, following the rapper's passing, Mike was beside himself. He described every moment with his deceased friend as memorable, saying he didn't last long. But the time he did last, every minute, every tenth of a moment was explosive. He's going to last until the time this earth comes to an end. I'm glad to be a part of his life and to have known him. And if you're wondering what the boxer's biggest regret to date as well, during the One Night in Vegas Tyson and Tupac documentary, Mike revealed that he beats himself up over never smoking po with Tupac. Back then, the singer had always expressed a decision to smoke with Tyson, but Mike didn't want to risk ruining his public image, so he ended up turning down his freeing, a decision that haunts him to his day. Safe to say, if there was anyone who was itching to catch Tupac's killer, it was Mike. During a live-streamed interview with Fat Jew, Tyson got real about what he really thought about the fatal shooting. And here's what he had to say: "I never said this, but all that stuff was planned in advance. I believe that the fight was the opportunity for it to happen." He also said everybody knew everybody was going to be there, and the people that wasn't there because they knew who was going to be there. And it wasn't mere speculation. Mike believed that there was a plausible reason for Tupac's rivals to take him out like that, saying he was just an uncontrolled force. And that was the problem. He was powerful, and no one could control him. Tyson's words seem to confirm what the streets have been hinting at about Tupac's demise over the years.